Alright then, here are my UFC 247 predictions. First fight I'll be predicting is Ian Latifi versus Derrick Lewis. So yeah, out of the fights I'll be predicting, the co-main and the main event, they're both, pretty predictable. But this fight, I don't know what the odds are, but I think I'm a bit torn in two. I know who to pick because Derrick Lewis, whenever people have took him down and tried to wrestle him, he's been able to pop back up and knock him out, and he's just. I know he gasses himself, but he can just get up, get up, get up, get up, and he's quite a big, big, big heavyweight. But yeah, he just keeps getting up and hitting him. He just doesn't have that much quit in him, and yeah, he just seems, he does swing for the fences a lot, and he's quite rough and tough, but. He proved in his last fight against Ivanov that he can go to the decision. And sure, that was a close fight, but Derrick Lewis just edged that one, didn't he? So, yeah, he had a weird fight with JDS when JDS got him with a body shot, and then he was sort of wincing. And then JDS would walk in to hit him, then Derrick Lewis would come with a big right hand. And obviously against DC, well, we knew what was going to happen. DC was just going to wrestle him. Latifi's a bit similar to DC, but just nowhere near as good as DC. Like his style's similar, the boxing and the wrestling, but DC's just insanely good. But I will be interested to see what why Ian Latifi comes in, because he ain't like a small like heavyweight. He probably bloody water cuts from 225, I reckon. So he probably getting the carbs down him, eating his carbs. He's probably 235. I reckon he'll be for heavyweight. But the problem is, even though he's like the more muscly person at 205 against his opponents, he's just gasses really quick. He's good and slick in the first round. His boxing's good. He might score a takedown and whatever. But then after that round, he's crap. Like, at least with someone like Derrick Lewis, he can go for it even throughout the whole fight. Against Volkov. Volkov was beating Derrick Lewis on points, but then Lewis just landed the big straight right, didn't he? And then Volkov was just out of it, wasn't he? I mean, has Ian Latifi really ever done that? Like, I know he knocks people out in the first round sometimes. I know he's submitted people before, and he's got good wrestling. But does he ever, outlast the fights? I don't think he goes to the third round really that much, or the fourth, or the fifth. I just feel like Derrick Lewis will be able to beat him. To be honest, Derrick Lewis is too big. He's beating too many heavyweights. Latifi hasn't been to heavyweight yet, and he was getting gassed. I know the water cut might have, or the weight cut might have might be the reason why he's getting gassed, and now that he's not weight cutting anymore, water cutting, he'll be alright, won't he? Heavyweight, he can eat all the carbs he wants and get big and bulky, and maybe that'll help him. I know he's beat Tyson Pedro's alright, and yeah, and he's knocked out a few people, cold with his boxing, but yeah, I think Derrick Lewis has got this one in the bag, to be honest. Again, it's probably the most interesting one. Anything can really happen with this one. Latifi might be able to take him down and wrestle him, because we've never seen him at heavyweight. But at the same time, Derrick Lewis has beaten so many people at heavyweight, and I think he'll be able to get this one done. Alright then, next fight I'll be predicting is Valentina Shevchenko versus Kathleen Chikagian. I don't really know how to pronounce that. But yeah, this fight might be alright, I guess. We almost know what's going to happen, don't we? We can all guess, we can all bet. If we wanted to, we could all bet $1,000 on bloody Shevchenko winning. She's just been on such a roll, hasn't she? The only people she lost to was bloody Liz Carmouche, got knocked out by her, and well, not knocked out. Sorry, it was a doctor stoppage, and she got beat by Nunes. The first fight, Nunes won comfortably, but that second one was razor close. Could have been given a draw, could have gone either way, really. But Kathleen, she hasn't really lost many, to be honest. She hasn't got any knockouts, I don't think, while she's been in the UFC. But she had a couple of she's knocked a few people out cold earlier on in her career, right before she got in the UFC. But I can't really think of how a lot of her fights have gone, to be honest. She did really well against Joanne Calderwood and well against Jennifer Meyer. Close fight with Jessica Eye. But apart from that, I don't really know much else about her, to be honest. She just seems like, I suppose she could, she's got good grappling and all that, and She actually, just like Shevchenko, used to fight at bantamweight until they made the flyweight division. Now she's water cut down to flyweight, so that's all right. And it's both the same age, so yeah, no one's got the age advantage. But yeah, it should be a decent fight, I guess. I don't see Shevchenko finishing her. I just see her being able to tip tap her a bit. Maybe a late finish, but I'm gonna go Shevchenko decision. Now for the main event, John Jones versus Dominic Reyes. So yeah, again, another one we all know what's going to happen. But I will go try and go into a bit of detail with it anyway. So yeah, Reyes has never lost a fight yet. I mean, his fight with Volkan was really, really close. He was getting wrestled by Volkan Oezdemir a bit in that one. But that was a razor close one. That should have been a draw in my opinion, or they could have given it to Volkan, I guess. But I would have given it a draw. There isn't enough draws in MMA, simple as But yeah, Dominic's last fight was really, really quick against Chris Weidman. Weidman's chin has just deteriorated over the years, and Weidman did go for a takedown, but with submission grappling, that can work against the bigger person because it's more technical. But with wrestling, Weidman is really good, but if you're trying to take down the bigger man, they can use their strength to just push you off. So usually when you're the smaller person, it's the stand-up, that helps you win. And Weidman wasn't really standing. Well, he did stand with him, but, didn't do too good, really, sadly. But you would think his chin would be better as he didn't have to cut as much weight. But, yeah, Reyes is a computer worker, so that's quite cool. I don't know if he still does it full-time or if he does it part-time or if he stopped doing that from now on. He mugged off OSP, and I know he knocked out Jad Cannonier, and yeah, he's quite good. I mean, to be honest, Jones, he's got to be getting a bit fed up now of just wrecking everyone. He's beat everyone for years and years and years and years. And he hasn't really had much of a challenge. So Thiago Santos, really took it to Jones. Jones didn't wrestle him at all. He just wanted to stand with him, and I don't know if he'll stand with Reyes. I think if he does stand with Reyes, Jones will still win. Jones can win and just take the fight wherever he wants to, really, can't he? So I reckon it will just be a bit of a boring fight where Jones mugs him off, or maybe Jones tries to finish him and Reyes catches him. Who knows? Reyes says he's the one to do it, but who knows? It's just one of them, isn't it? So yeah, I think John Jones will just get a unanimous decision. So I'm just going to talk about the previous pay-per-view, UFC 246. Yeah, I didn't actually buy it because, I already paid for BT Sport. Why would I spend 20 quid just to get another pay-per-view when you're meant to get UFC with BT Sport rather than to pay for pay-per-views? But I've talked about this on the podcast before, and I've just said, it's absolute madness. But I did watch the main event afterwards on YouTube, and it was only 40 seconds. And yeah, Cowboy didn't even land a shot, did he? And McGregor did very well. I'm a bit worried because Cowboy said that he still wants to keep fighting, and I'm thinking, you've got the big payday, just quit now, seriously, mate. You don't want to damage yourself anymore. I know you love fighting, but you've done it all now. You've got all the records, just, chill out and just stop fighting now. McGregor, though, because I was thinking to myself, I was predicting, I think he'll only get a knockout, a third round knockout. It'll be a bit late on. I thought Cowboy would be able to tip-tap him a bit and, it'd be closer. But no, McGregor just rushed him straight away and just beat him. I love the shoulder strikes as well. Those were quite cool. The head kick as well. We haven't really seen that from McGregor. He's come back fresh, rejuvenated, more motivated than ever. And, yeah, I'd just like to see him, I'd like to see him fight next, really. Probably like Gaethje, see how he does against Gaethje. That'd be a really interesting fight because I don't really know what would happen. It'd be quite a hard fight to predict. And the other fights I predicted I got wrong. I got the Pettis one wrong and the Raquel Pennington versus Holly Holm one wrong. Diego Ferreira apparently submitted him in the second round, and Holly Holm got a decision win. So yeah, it is what it is, isn't it? You get some right, you get some wrong. But yeah, imagine people who have paid all that money just to see McGregor and it only lasts 40 seconds. What is going on, But it is what it is. Cowboys made money, McGregor's made money, McGregor's more motivated than ever, and he's already made loads of money, McGregor's, but you know what I mean, he's coming back. Hopefully he comes to that lightweight title. I don't really want to see him fight, Masvidal. Well, anything can happen because McGregor's so powerful, but I don't really want to see him fight like Usman or Masvidal, you know, because they are Masvidal water cuts from like 178 pounds. Usman's I think like 185 or 187 on the night of the fight. I don't know, and yeah, I just don't want to see him fight welterweights. I'd rather see him just fight the lightweights, you know, and see what happens there. Those are more interesting. In I want to see how he can do against like Kevin Lee, Gaethje, and Tony Ferguson. Obviously, with Khabib, I don't think that fight would change. I think Khabib would be able to take him down. I think he'd be more competitive, but I don't think he can beat Khabib. See how he does against Dustin Poirier in a rematch. You know, there's all sorts of things, isn't there? So yeah, thanks for watching anyway. See ya.